Hello there, Qckslvrslash here, and today I have something a little bit different because ranked play has once again begun, and I have recommenced my grind for rank 1. Hopefully this season I can get my hands on that USS Flint, and if things continue to go well, I should have no problem making it there. So one of the things I absolutely love to do in ranked, particularly when I'm in a destroyer, is go to the off cap. You can see my team has agreed they're going to A, and I've said I'm going to go on to B and basically try to delay them from getting it. When you get 9 points per tick, they can add up very quickly, and any delay you can create in preventing the enemy team from getting an early lead can really help you long term. Now the caveat is you can't go in there and lose half your ship trying to stop the team from getting 9 points. You have to play smart, and I know looking at the enemy team, I've got better detection than all of them, or at least equal. I have a fully ranked up captain and the concealment mod, so I can pretty much hide from anything but a Fubuki.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
See a couple enemy destroyers get spotted, and I just sneak in to the edge of this cap, and I'm just stopping them. I'm letting us get ahead. They finally close into detection, so I engage. First volley, couple good hits in, basically reset the counter on them, and now I'm just going to start weaving an opening distance, get out of detection range again, having accomplished what I wanted. And the key here is to do this without losing too many hit points. I cannot stress that enough. And all told, I'd say I did a pretty good job there. I took, what, 594 hit points in exchange for 4,500 and like a 30-point lead for my team because we've got A and held it for a good chunk of time now. So for the remainder of this game, I'm pretty much going to hang out here. You can see my team has done a good job. They're grouped up. The destroyers are to the south to make sure no one can sneak around. And they're just going to be shooting through this gap at whoever they can get shots at. So by staying over here, I provide excellent vision for my teammates and hopefully can put a couple torpedoes into some enemy ships here. This New Orleans has to be my first priority, and I make sure my team knows that too by pinging on him, because he's got to have radar.
All stations requesting fire on the designated
And that does not bode well for me. The American radar lasts quite a long time, and if you get detected by it, you can take a lot of damage and there's just no way to hide. So I put some torpedoes into the water, and I decide to try to open him up a bit. I drive the opposite direction he's driving. Already passed his beam, so any time I can wait is just going to be more distance between him and I. I get him back out to 9k, I pop my smoke,
generator started.
confident that I'm far enough away from any enemies that even if he pops that radar, I'm not going to take a lot of damage, and I start firing. First hit, I get a fire, and that's a major thing for me because it either forces them to just accept some damage or burn that cooldown. I do get detected by his radar, but seeing those torps are going true, I just sit in the smoke and watch him get finished off. 30,000 damage into this game, and we're just pulling further ahead, 130 points now. I start moving out of my smoke because everyone who has sat in a smoke screen knows they are absolute torpedo magnets. So I want to get away from that, start engaging those turrets, and really trying to open them up to 9.8 where I can stealth fire. And you can see not too much to what I'm doing. I'm just making sure I'm not spotted and just harassing. I may only be getting 200 to 500 damage per volley, if that, but if I can light a fire or you know, force him to make a mistake because of all those shells hitting his ships. Well worth it. You can see friendly fire on him there. Gets him lit on fire. I put my torps into the water as he starts to close me, and I need to open my range because pretty soon that smoke screen's going to be gone and I'm not going to have cover. So from here out, as I work on him, I'm really going to be focusing on where the enemy guns are facing to ensure I'm not taking any undue damage. You know, I can stop firing and in about 15 seconds, break detection, and he couldn't save. Looks like most of my torpedoes are going to miss, but one does catch him. Starts a flood, and between the flood and 2 fires, just look how quickly his health is disappearing. And he's even running a repair in there. So he's not going to last another 15 seconds at this rate. And I'm just going to keep on working him over. Taking down the turrets. Next up is going to be this Amagi. You can see all his barrels facing away, and all the enemy ships were last spotted well to the south, so he's got no support. I pick up my high caliber there. I'm already at 83,000 damage, and just continuing to work this guy over. Finally, 40 hits in, managed to get the fire, and that one's going to burn too. And I just keep on working them over as I slow up and drop into my own little smoke screen here. I know that battleship's going to be detected by friendly players, so there's no need for me to spot. And you can see he has that help in the form of a Benson starting to close him. And I'm still exercising that thing I always talk about. You can't sit still on a smoke screen. Even if it's just going forward and backwards a little bit, at least you'll have some rudder response if torpedoes show up, and you'll have a way of reacting. If you're sitting dead stopped, you're screwed. See, the rapid reload, even with him not detected, I don't mind taking chance shots. They miss, but he gets redetected and I go back to shooting. Get one there, get another 3 or 4, and a kill. Up to nearly 100,000 damage now. Our team's got an okay lead, actually. Pretty good, 140 points. We've lost a couple ships. They've lost 3, but that early point lead definitely still helping us out. So I'm going to get out of my smoke, see what I have to detect, because I know that Benson's there. The other 2 destroyers are off on the other side of the map, and I don't know where their Chapayev is right now, and proves a big threat, especially with that Russian radar, the extreme ranges it gets. The only downside for the Russian radar, for those running it, it doesn't last very long. So you've got to be careful when you use it and know people are ready to pounce on an enemy. Right there, he activates it. I'm spotted, but there's no one to shoot at me. He's on the other side of some rocks. I'm turning, trying to keep them between me. Dodge all the shells anyway, a bit of luck there, and I'm just going to open up because I only have to wait like another 10 seconds, and that'll be broken.
Torpedoes to port.
Have some enemy Benson torps show up, and this is gonna be a close one. You can see I'm turning away. I want to swing my ass clear of that, and I just squeak it in. Turning towards it may have worked, but I felt there, had I turned towards, closing the distance with where it was would not have helped me. I put some torps into the water at the Chapayev, and I'm just gonna drive away. We still hold the lead, they have to come at us, and that's another big thing at Ranked. If you can get a decent early lead, the other team has to try to push into you, and normally that push isn't as coordinated as a standing defense, and they end up taking a big hit.
Engine boost activated.
Regardless, I'm gonna get into that cap and just continue to stall them from getting points, and taking a look to see if the torpedoes hit, and one does 15,000 damage and some flooding, but he quickly repairs that, so it's up to my guns to finish him off. One hits from the first volley, no damage. Second volley gets him just as he manages to get some shots off at me, and now it's this Benson behind me that I've got to deal with. And my primary role right now, I've got to get this cap. You always take caps if it's an option. So I'm going to break contact, break detection, cap the point, then go chasing after him. You can't leave points on the board in Ranked. And not taking a free cap is dooming yourself. It's also right here that I realize I have a shot at getting a Kraken in a ranked battle, which for me, I've never managed. I've seen it once or twice before, and it's just hard to do. When you consider only 7 players a team, to get 5 of them yourself is a pretty big frickin' deal. So I'm hoping I can chase at least one of these remaining DDs down and take them out before we win by points or time runs out. So it's full steam ahead at that Benson smoke cloud, hoping he's just sitting in there waiting for me to show up. It's awfully quiet for my team right now. Finally one of their DDs gets destroyed, but out of visual render range until just there. And there's the other one. So at least I know where 2 of the remaining DDs are, and they're not going to be a threat to me. At least not right away. So I've got to find this Benson. He's still somewhere in our cap, well, their cap now. And he can't let a Tirpitz try to stand against that. I'm easily 2k inside of the smoke, which means he's not in his screen anymore. So I'm kind of wondering where he is, and that's where he gets spotted by the Tirpitz. And it's time to just open fire and really just go for the kill here. Get a hit there, knocking his engines out. He repairs it. And I'm just hoping for a fire here, some kind of tick damage. That way I have a chance, because you can see all those Tirpitz secondaries firing over my shoulder. If I leave him on any kind of low health with one of these volleys, the Tirpitz will probably get the finishing shot. 31 hit... Oh, bit of a heartbreak. Left him on 31 hit points. Tirpitz got the kill, and I kind of cry in chat, but it's... You know what? In Ranked, to me, what matters is winning. I would rather have a junk game and win than the best game ever and lose, because it's hard to grind up to rank 1, and every single win counts. I do, however, repair my engines. The goal of trying to close this Benson, still about 40 points to go before we've got this game in the bag, and I'm just hoping that I can get the win. Well, not the win, the kill. I make a bit of a misplay on my own advice here and leave A. Now I could try to argue that, oh, I knew the Tashkent was about to shoot me and he would have reset the points, but I wasn't paying attention. You know, I was seeing red, just hoping for a kill. Continue to work him over, but not going to get him with them hidden in smoke and us capping out. A great game for me. 478,000 credits, 4,200 experience, 126,000 damage, 4 kills, 4 torpedoes, a bunch of fires, and I got that cap alone. Really happy with how that game turned out, and it should be no surprise that I came out top of my team and really enjoyed this team. They communicated well, and that's what you have to do in ranked. You can see a good spread of damage across the board, and at the end of the day, managed to take home a lot of credits and some really good experience. And one of the things I love about ranked is the side effect is you end up with just tons of money to buy ships. By the end of the season, I easily have 20 to 30 million credits just from playing ranked alone without any of the rewards you get from ranked. I'm going to make this a new series over the next month as I play ranked. I'm going to try to put out a video once in a while that just updates my ranked progress and what I'm seeing as far as the meta in the game. If you enjoyed the video, consider giving me a thumbs up or subscribing to the channel. And as always, I'm Qckslvrslash. I'll have another one for you guys tomorrow.